What's up, guys? Mitchell Gonzales, the Bearded Realtor here. Hey, are you thinking about making a move to the Colorado area and you're curious about some affordable options in the surrounding Denver metro area? Well, you are definitely going to want to hear what I have to say about this incredible city. So, let's hang out. Alright guys, Mitchell Gonzales, the Bearded Realtor here. Hey, if you've seen one of my videos before in the past, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. If you're checking out one of my videos for the very first time, make sure that you hit the red subscribe button below, as I do post weekly content all about living in and moving to the Denver metro area. Along with that, as much as I love making these videos, I love helping people find their dream homes even more. So with that being said, you're going to see my phone number, my email come across. If you have any questions about real estate, make sure that you give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email. I am available 24/7 to answer any questions that you may have about the real estate market. But with that being said, you guys, quick sports update. Big game last night, Nuggets versus the 76ers. It was the much anticipated Jokic versus Embiid battle for the MVP, and shockingly enough, not that shockingly, Embiid chickened out. Jokic got another triple-double. Nuggets won. Hopefully wraps up MVP. But you guys, with that being said, you guys, I am really excited about this video. So maybe you saw the video that I posted a couple weeks ago about affordable cities in the Denver metro area. Basically, I featured 7 different cities, did a quick overview of each of them, but now I'm doing a more detailed one, overviews of each city. So this is the second video in a series of 7, and this video is all about the city of Frederick. I absolutely love Frederick. So I live in Erie, which is very close to Frederick, and it's just an incredible city. I have a lot of buyers that end up buying here, and they all absolutely love it. There's a lot of great benefits to Frederick, and basically what I did to determine affordability, since obviously that's a subjective term too and different for everyone, is I basically took the median sales price of the Denver metro area, which was about $610,000 for a single family home, and I took that and figured out cities that were 10% or less or more, difference. So City of Frederick, you can get a nice single family home for around $550, mid fives. It's a great city. A lot of people absolutely fall in love. Great location. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the reasons why I think Frederick is one of the best options to move to if you're looking at affordable options in the Denver metro area. All right, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the location of Frederick. I think Frederick is in an absolutely incredible location. So now, full disclosure, Frederick it's right around 30 minutes from Denver. It's also right around 30 minutes from Boulder. And guess what? It's also right around 30 minutes from Fort Collins and right around 30 minutes from Denver International Airport. So if you're the type where you're like, I've got to be within 10 minutes of Denver and that's non-negotiable, then Frederick's probably not going to be the city for you. But, if maybe you have one spouse or significant other that's working in Denver and one that's in Fort Collins, or one that's in Boulder and one is in Fort Collins, Frederick is an incredible middle ground because, like I said, it's like a half an hour from everything. And while it's a pretty small little location, size-wise, I think it's 16 square miles. There's about 17,000 people that live here. There's a lot of amenities in the area. So you're going to have, if you're a car person, there's 10 car dealerships in Frederick. So that makes it pretty fun. Along with that, there's, your Home Depot, you've got your American Furniture Warehouse, you've got a ton of restaurants. There's actually a King Soopers marketplace. So if you don't know what those are, that's like a King Soopers on steroids. So it's going to be absolutely massive. It is going to have, obviously all your food and everything, but then it also is going to have a lot of different clothing options. It's going to have just other random things that you can buy. So even though it's a smaller town, there are a lot of great amenities. It's close to, Longmont, where there's just, also a ton of options over there. So you're going to be pretty close to I-25. So that makes it pretty easily accessible to everything. Looking about an hour drive to get into the mountains. So I think it's a nice central location where it has all of your general amenities that you need close by. But it's also kind of, a nice middle ground to like all the main cities in the area. All right, so along with Frederick being in a great location, it also gives you a great small town feel, which I really like. It's one of those towns where you move to, and you're gonna go downtown, you're gonna see a lot of the same people, you're gonna make a lot of close friends, very tight-knit community. So I'm over here on Main Street. It's pretty cool little downtown area. So with the small town, a lot of times you get a lot of awesome amenities that come with that. For instance, like there's always year-round different activities. I mean, you've got your different markets during the summertime, you've got your Halloween activities, you've got your Christmas tree lighting. So definitely a ton of things to do, especially if you're thinking about moving here with a family. A ton of great family activities. Something else cool that Frederick did is they have this pretty cool artwork initiative where when you're going around Frederick, you see a lot of random artwork everywhere, which is really fun. I'll show you guys if I run into any of it. So that makes it really exciting and really unique. So along with that, there's a lot of great restaurants. So I just walked by Georgia Boys Barbecue, which is one of the best barbecue places in the area. So if you're watching this video and maybe you're from like the South or Texas, you're gonna be like, oh, our barbecue's way better. Well, it very well might be, but to me, this is probably, the best option there, and definitely pretty awesome. Look, I just ran into one of these things. So, kind of random statues and artwork all over the place, which makes it really fun. There's also a great Mexican restaurant called Casa Cortez, which is technically in Dacono, but it's like right next to Frederick. So I'm going to count that as a great option as well. So, but just great small town feel, small town vibes, the culture, top notch. I'm actually, interestingly enough, just came across this thing of all of the 2023 events. So you got Frederick in Flight, which is a hot air balloon festival. Probably not going to be as popular as the one in New Mexico. You've got chainsaws and chuck wagons. You've got Miners Day, Tiny Terror Town, Festival of Lights. So, you get a lot of those fun little activities that you get to do with being in a small town, which makes this area very popular. You're going to see a lot of, there's a lot of different diversity and everything over here, but it's definitely very popular for maybe like newlywed couples or younger families, somewhere to raise the family, just a lot of endless different options here. So the community in Frederick definitely makes it worth checking out. Right, so the last thing I'm going to talk about in Frederick is the opportunity for growth, especially financially. So if you're buying a home, odds are it is one of the largest, if not the largest, financial decision that you've ever made in your life. And so, obviously you want to be in a city, an area that you love, but more importantly, you want to make sure that your money is safe and that you're not going to lose a bunch of money. Like, the last thing you want is to buy a home and then all of a sudden be upside down, $100,000 to be house broke, right? And so with Frederick, you have an incredible opportunity to really get into a city that I believe is about to really blow up. So right now, if you were to move to Frederick, you could get a single family home in the 300s. Now it's probably going to be an older home. It's probably going to need some work, maybe a lot of work, might be a total fixer-upper, but single family home in the 300s is very rare in Colorado. Now you can also get like a new build duplex in the 400s. You could get a new build, single family home in the 5s, which is a great deal. You can't get that anywhere else. So I believe at those prices, there's a lot of opportunity to really make a lot of equity, and a lot of that is affected by what I like to call the Boulder bubble. So we're about a half an hour from Boulder, like I was saying, and a lot of people, when they start their searches, especially if you're from out of state, you know about Denver, you know about Boulder, right? So you call, hey, I want to move to Denver, hey, I want to move to Boulder, but then people see the prices in Denver, they see the prices in Boulder are outrageous. Like, you almost can't get into a single family home for less than $1 million. You see that, and so people start going to all the surrounding cities. They started moving to Superior, Louisville, Lafayette. Well, guess what happened? Those cities are extremely high priced now. Then they started going to like Broomfield, Erie, Longmont. Now those places are starting to get really expensive. Next on that list, Frederick. So a lot of people are now starting to move to Frederick. It's growing, pretty quickly right now. Like I said, about 17,000 residents right now. But there's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of builders that are starting to build out here. So I believe that if you buy a home in Frederick and you're here for 5-10 years, you could have a pretty decent amount of equity in your home, when you do decide to sell, which is extremely important to me and should be extremely important to you if you are thinking about buying. So for me, yes, the location is great, the community is great, opportunity for growth and to build equity is one of the number one reasons why you should think about moving to Frederick if you're looking at some affordable cities in the Denver metro area. This could also be called affordable cities in the Boulder metro area too, because like I said, about a half an hour from each. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you learned something new about this incredible small city called Frederick. Maybe you decide that this might be the city for you. Maybe you're thinking about a different city. If you have any questions about real estate, Frederick, any other city in the area, make sure give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email. Available 24/7 to answer any questions you may have. Along with that, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to my channel, make sure that you click the red subscribe button below, as I do post weekly content all about living in and moving to the Denver metro area. So with that being said, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Bearded Realtor, signing off.